What's up guys, Kenny G here coming at you with another video. Today we're going to be talking about speculation for chapter 276 of My Hero Academia. After, well, the pre-release, I guess you would call it leaks. You can find it all over the web if you're looking for them, of chapter 275, which did not go the way we were expecting at all. So, we'll go through a little bit of what happens in chapter 275 before getting into 276. I will say that most of the time when we do these speculation prediction type things, they almost never come true because Horikoshi keeps twisting it and tricking us in ways you were not expecting. Anyways, let's just get a little bit of what happens in 275 before we get into speculation of 276. Now guys, to give you a little bit of a summary of what happens in 275, it starts up with Shigaraki kind of having a little inner monologue. Everyone's having inner monologues, but he's having an inner monologue about the search quirk, and we get a little frame of who the quirk was stolen from, and it talks about the weaknesses of the quirk. Then we move on to a frame of Edeavour pursuing Shigaraki, and you get this really cool effect of like the flames behind Edeavour as he's chasing after Shigaraki. Then we've got Deku contacting Edeavour over the comms, essentially saying that there's a reason that Shigaraki is pursuing him specifically. Edeavour is like, why? And he's like, I'll have to tell you later. Then we get a scene where Shigaraki is essentially saying that it's troublesome that they have the ability to communicate with each other. And so he uses one of his many quirks, one called Wave, to disrupt the communication, the ability to communicate between, well, Deku and everyone else, right? Then we get a scene of Deku and Bakugo basically preparing for their encounter with Shigaraki. As you know, in the previous chapter, they separated themselves from the main group so that they could have a showdown with Shigaraki. And yeah, I mean, bro Bakugo kind of comes through and tries to lighten the mood a little bit and shows a lot of character development from where he was even, I don't know, 20 chapters back or whatever. He's grown a lot in the maturity, and he tries to lighten the mood with Deku and get him to not be so shook and terrified of his encounter that's coming up with Shigaraki. We then get this spread essentially showing the what Shigaraki is envisioning happening, which is the decay of Bakugo and Deku, showing them both starting to decay from his quirk, the decay quirk, right? But before Shigaraki can unleash his quirk onto the two boys, Gran Torino appears out of nowhere, and no one was expecting this, but he appears out of nowhere and grabs them and runs off with them, runs with them at very high speed away from where they currently were. Shigaraki arrives right at where they were standing and is like, where are they, right? But then at that moment, we get Deku looking back, and he can see like the other heroes who are not able to fly, that are stuck in the zone that's crumbling from the decay quirk, are dying. They're all crumbling to dust, basically. We then get one more scene of Shigaraki where he is attacked by Ryukyu's dragon form, but however Shigaraki manages to just get his hand onto the dragon form and starts to decay, and that's when Aizawa shows up and uses his quirk to nullify the decay, and that's sort of where it ends. It ends with like a scene of Shigaraki saying, that's really cool of you, Erasure, which is to imply that something is probably going to go down next chapter. Okay, so that kind of brings the summary part to an end. Now, what do we think is going to happen in the future in chapter 276? Well, it's obviously going to be hard to predict, as it's always been hard to predict what's going to happen next, but I think it's probably a safe bet that Shigaraki is going to try to erase the Erasure quirk from Erasure Head using the bullets, and then probably go after the boys that Gran Torino has rescued, at least temporarily. Now, what's going to happen from there is anyone's guess, but if I was to put out a prediction, I would say that this may be the end for Gran Torino. He might have to sacrifice himself. Are things gonna bode well for him? I don't think they bode well for either Erasure Head or Gran Torino, sorry, brain fart. But it's like, wow, like there's some intense stuff. I'm getting goosebumps even thinking about it. But yeah, it's gonna get intense in the next chapter, and then it's probably gonna end on a major cliffhanger, considering next chapter will be the end of the next issue of the manga. So there's probably gonna be like a major cliffhanger at the end of the next issue to get people to want to buy the next manga when it comes out in the future, right? So what's gonna happen? Who knows? We're probably gonna see something go down with Erasure Head, even if he survives the encounter but just loses his quirk. There is then danger to him because he will no longer be able to train Eri. At least if he is training Eri, then he won't be able to erase her quirk, right? If it runs rampant. So obviously a lot more risk to him and everyone around him if her quirk runs rampant. Now Gran Torino, I think he's in serious danger. His whole arc has basically been completed, and it's likely that he's going to die. So do we know for sure? No. And we're gonna have to wait a while because Horikoshi's actually going on a break for 2 weeks, and so we're going to have to wait an extra week before we get the next issue, the next volume, the next chapter, sorry. So it's gonna be a little bit of a wait to see what happens next. Now guys, obviously I encourage you to leave your thoughts in the comments below. Leave your predictions of what's going to happen next. No one saw Gran Torino coming, but he showed up and saved the day, at least temporarily, because I seriously thought something was going to go down this chapter. But now that you think about it, maybe things are going to go nowhere until the end of the chapter after this, after 276. Because if the next chapter is the end of the current issue of the manga, then there's a good chance that it's going to like kind of finish up what's going on at the mansion, bring those characters over to the where the main encounter is going on with Shigaraki, and then end on a major cliffhanger. So that's my prediction of what's going to happen for 276. But I'm always curious what you guys think. Let's all try to throw our ideas in the comments below, and we'll see you in the next video.
Hey guys, this is Lydia. If you like what you see, hit that like button as it helps our channel gain exposure. Also consider smashing subscribe. If you like our content, it would really mean a lot and helps our channel grow. If you want to interact with us, leave a comment down below or follow us on Twitch at super_dorkalicious. We'll see you next time.